We're going to find out what they're doing for game number 2 because it's getting underway right now. Dog still needs to put at least one win on the board to clinch himself a spot, but first he's got to get through Ostkaka, who's out to a 1-0 lead. And this one's anyone's game here. This is one of those spots where, despite the fact they've both have very strong histories of what they play, expect the unexpected.
That's Freeze Mage. I saw a glimpse of it.
Well, that's also Warrior.
Oh!
Yep.
You know, Ostkaka probably thought there's no way Dog can queue this up again. And look at the grin on Dog's face. He knows.
Yeah, you know, something that's really interesting to me is that Ostkaka has not picked up on this pattern from Dog. We've seen him queue games 1 and 2 the same deck over and over and over again.
Yeah, he's been doing that a lot, and he's been trying to walk people into things by doing it as well. We've seen people fall for it. We've seen people actually, you know, next level Dog as well.
Now, that being said, we've also seen 2 people beat Warrior with Freeze Mage this season.
Yeah, I mean, if you would have told me we'd seen a couple of games of that, you know, about 4 or 5 games, I think maybe 1, and I mean maybe, but 2 is pretty unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know, I will say this, I wasn't super surprised to see Purple do it.
I'm super surprised to see Purple do it. I don't care how good he is. This matchup's
Let's put it this
way.
If you told me that someone was going to do it in the league and it wasn't Ostkaka, I'd be like, yeah, it's probably Purple or Dog.
Well, yeah, if it wasn't Ostkaka.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm still surprised by it. Double Armor Smith, though, for Dog now, but his first Armor Smith's been chipped away a little bit.
Yeah, you know, if he wants to take care of this Mad Scientist here, he's going to have to give up his Armor Smith.
Yep. I would venture to say this damage is probably going to face. Doesn't want to pull secrets out of Ostkaka's deck.
Right, you may have heard us, I'm going to go ahead and just say this, you may have heard us allude to the fact that this matchup is really bad on the Freeze Mage side. The reason why is Control Warrior can just gain so much life. It can gain so much armor. If this game goes long, you're going to see Dog get upwards of, you know, 40, 50, 60 life here.
Look at that, not attacking that Armor Smith. Perhaps affecting the fact that Ostkaka drew an extra secret.
Yup.
Those
You
little...
you may have gotten that Ice Block out of your deck.
Yeah, that's the thing, is those little extra percentages make a big difference in these games. And it doesn't happen very often, but right now, this is a big deal.
Yeah. And as I was saying, you know, these Warrior decks, when they get up to 60 and 70 life, it's almost impossible for the Freeze Mage deck to win because they just don't have that much damage left in their deck.
Yep. So pretty clean turn here from Dog, just going out to Sludge Belcher. Let's go.
Maybe draw some extra cards here, we'll see.
There's about a 0% chance he doesn't attack the Blood Mage.
I will say, you never know.
Is he supposed to attack the Blood Mage? I don't think it matters. There's not a single draw in his deck that's going to change his Sludge Belcher here.
Yeah.
And Ostkaka's draw does not look too good. The Mad Scientist actually would get no value right now because he's got both Ice Blocks in his hand. The secret he's got down is an Ice Barrier. This deck plays 2 Ice Barriers or 2 Ice Blocks.
It was pretty unfortunate when you have both Mad Scientists and 1 Ice Block. If you're going to draw a secret, drawing the other Ice Block, very unfortunate.
Yeah, just...
His season in a nutshell.
Yeah, so Scott is a resident never lucky player.
Yeah. I mean, about the last 2 weeks, I think it's been a little more on average. You know, he's been lucky and unlucky, but all you remember is how unlucky he was all season long, so it makes it just seem worse.
I totally agree with you. The one benefit is he's not Baby Raging.
That's not in his range.
Yeah, it's really not. Ostkaka's just not going to get affected by that sort of stuff. So, no value incoming from this Mad Scientist.
He seems like the kind of guy to me that every time something bad happens, he just kind of shrugs.
Yeah,
he's like, meh.
It's not a big deal to him.
Okay. I'll get him next time.
Dog actually does not have a way to kill this this Doomsayer unless he wants to use Cruel Taskmaster and Shield Slam this turn. That's a lot of stuff.
Looks like he's willing to invest.
Yeah, it does get extra cards from it. Does get a little extra board presence. You know, how good is Shield Slam in this matchup?
Well, yeah, also, how important is it to draw a ton of extra cards in this matchup? There's a chance it comes down to fatigue.
That's the way that we've been seeing some of the Freeze Mages win, is have a fatigue plan in mind.
Yeah, and then they actually, you know, it's really funny too that they win in fatigue, is that when it starts some of the times, they're at like 28 and the Warrior's at 60 and they can still win from that point.
Yeah, and so we've seen Ostkaka hold on to Emperor Thorson over and over again. I do not expect this to get played this turn.
It just depends on what the rest of his turn looks like. You know, he just, you know, wants to actually use his mana or not. You know, if there's nothing else he wants to do, I think there's a chance you see it, but I think there's a chance you also don't see it this turn because this hand, it's not the greatest Emperor hand in the world.
I agree with you. He wants to have Alexstrasza, he wants to have Archmage Antonidas. Those are 2 of the most key minions that you can have in your hand when you play this card.
So here's something I want to ask. If you're in Dog's seat, do you think you've picked up on the fact that maybe this Mad Scientist doesn't have value?
Yeah, I mean, when he doesn't attack, I think there's a very good chance it doesn't.
He might just draw an extra card here, yeah.
And drawing an extra card totally fine here. It's likely to get 2 next turn because Dog's going to be kind of priced into attacking it, and there's the importance of holding that Emperor.
I'll say this Emperor might happen now.
Yeah, you pick up an Archmage Antonidas. Suddenly, you're looking at 7 mana, being able to get a 5/7 on the board and 2 extra fireballs.
Yeah, Ostkaka, he's going to at least think about taking care of the front half of the Sludge Belcher, but again, he might wait, let Dog attack him and hopefully get the secret out.
It does leave some room for error, but at the same time, now this forces him to attack the Acolyte with his Acolyte. And so this is a respect thing for him. He doesn't think Dog's going to be making these mistakes, so might as well pull extra power off the board.
Yeah, I like against, if you're just playing on the ladder, maybe make the other play.
Oh, yeah. I assume that everyone is poor as a poor player until they give me a reason to believe otherwise.
Or that they can at least make mistakes.
Yeah. No, poor player is the term I'm going for there.
I was going to say, it's hard to ever assume that Dog is going to make, mistakes. Same thing with Ostkaka as
exactly.
well.
Like, I don't expect Dog to be messing up. You have to play good versus this guy.
I mean, he might be playing more Hearthstone right now than almost anyone in the world.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. That's the way a lot of professionals work, though. That's why they're professionals. Ostkaka faced with quite a decision now. To Emperor or not to Emperor?
That is the question.
It doesn't feel like the best Emperor turn to me, but...
I mean, are you going to get a better one than this? That's the thing. He needs to do some kind of proactive play, though, because if you play this Emperor, then Dog has to invest something into it. He has to do something about it. And that's the only reason I think, you might see him play it this turn, is kind of as like a gain life spell. But since he has Arcane Intellect, you might see something else.
Yeah.
Gets that was
rewarded
really
beautifully for his efforts. I think you're likely to see Doomsayer this turn as well.
I was going to say, just set an Ice Block, I think, actually.
That also works. Now, my only problem with this is that he loses a ping this way, but he's looking forward. He's looking at every single turn and every step of the way. Where do I get value from this Doomsayer? The Blizzard really affects this. Just having the Emperor really affects all these plays.
Yeah, and he's going to take some beats here over the next turn or two, but he's going to get. You have to believe the Emperor is going to happen now. He's got his 2 expensive cards in his hand.
I don't know. Yeah. I think Blizzard and Doomsayer is a totally fine turn. It has the potential to buy you a lot of time. Pulls a lot of damage off the board. It's a very clean turn. Gets to see a little bit more information before he Emperors. This doesn't surprise me because, again, this is just the way that Ostkaka has played the entire season.
That's true. I like this as a really good tempo play. I do actually like this a lot.
That's really the big difference for me. And if this was any other player, I think you could very much expect something different to happen. But with Ostkaka, I always expect him to make a defensive play.
Yeah, and you're just going to see Dog weapon and armor up most likely here. There's no reason to play anything else, really.
Yeah, everything's just going to die. He has no way to deal with the Doomsayer this turn.
Just get some damage in while you can.
It's cut and dry for him. Now, he is at 44, though.
Yeah, he's got a Shield Maiden. He does have a Shield Maiden ×2 in his hand as well.
So, look at the bright side of things for Ostkaka. You got a Doomsayer off.
Yeah.
That's an important draw.
Yeah, getting able to make this Archmage Antonidas cheaper whenever he gets the Emperor in play, so make this Frostbolt Ice Lance combo very deadly, and we're getting aggressive. I like it.
I don't mind this at all either. This forces Dog to take some action against this. Obviously, he cannot leave an Alexstrasza in play. He just happens to have the right answer.
It's hard to find a better rate of 15 damage for, 8 mana, 9 mana than you could. The 15 damage for 9 mana. Yeah. It's very hard to find something better than that.
Especially in a turn where he's not necessarily pressured. There wasn't a lot going on in this turn.
Oh, Dog still probably doesn't have a way to pop this block. He's got 10 on board for the weapon. Really hard for him to find another 7 in this deck.
He basically have to have Grom or have to have Alexstrasza.
Yeah, now we do see that he has Grom and he could use his weapon as a combo to pop this block, but is Ostkaka going to play around that? Because it's very important that he just stays alive as long as possible and gets to use his ice blocks to try to win. Now, he needs those extra turns.
I can picture a Frostbolt getting used this turn because I think one of the last positions he wants to be in is Dog just having free reign over everything.
Yeah, I agree.
And knowing that Grom is one of his outs, Frostbolt on face will shut off the activation from Grom, but he's just going to choose to use Hero Power instead. Is this going to the Loot Hoarder? Nope, it's going over to the Shield Maiden. So still looking forward to a Blizzard turn. But in the meantime, Dog has a little bit of a decision in front of him. Do you pop the Ice Block or do you kill the Emperor?
No, I think you pop the Ice Block here. Well, hold on.
Yep, he's going for it.
Yeah, he's definitely popping the Ice Block, yeah.
This is a major turn. I mean, if he doesn't kill the Emperor, he leaves a second potential activation. That could be deadly.
Yeah, now, I will say he's 1 point short of being able to do both.
That's... Man, 1 point of damage. Did he miss a point of damage this game?
I don't think so. Not that I remember.
That's a tough decision to make, because now Ostkaka's got... He's basically just got a free pass.
He just got an extra turn. That just gave Ostkaka a full extra turn this game. And wow, he just picked up a Fireball.
Now,
How much damage can you do this turn? If you Archmage, Frostbolt, Ice Lance. You can't play the Ice Block, though.
he already has an Ice Block in play.
That's what I'm saying. You can't play the Ice Block,
Yeah.
though. So, but you do get to add 3 Fireballs to your hand.
Deals 10 damage, deals 11 with the hero power, forces the Archmage to be dealt with, which isn't a big deal for Dog right now.
Yeah, you'd have 24 more damage in your hand.
Yep, this is a Blizzard turn.
Oh, Healbot, not a bad one either.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty important draw, believe it or not. Now, Skaka still might not be on the actually kill Dog plan. He might just be on the try to sustain plan. That's a possibility. But for step number 1, he's got to get past this turn. And I don't know if Dog actually adds a threat to the board here. Well, I was wrong.
Yeah, no, Oskaka's got a couple options. He can get really aggressive here, but he has to play this Ice Block here this turn. Is he going to couple it with an Antique Healbot? Is he going to use Archmage and Tinnitus?
This is a very difficult turn. There's actually a lot of different ways to play this. It's just a matter of which one is superior.
Or by drawing a card. I like attacking there as well. Oh, that wasn't bad.
Frost Nova actually opens up a lot of possibilities here. Yeah, he's going to shut off all of Dog's damage. And Dog actually does not have a way to kill this Archmage right now. This could get very, very dangerous.
Yeah, and the Frostbolt here are just, freezing Dog, not allowing him to attack with his weapon here.
Dog does not have any charge damage right now. He's frozen. His board's frozen.
Yeah, and he has
Silence?
no way to take care of this Archmage. You brawl? I mean, like, is it that crazy that you might have to?
How badly do you need your 3 minions out? Well,
Oh,
now
boy.
he's got a way to deal with it.
Well, that was a good one.
He's actually going to steal this Archmage,
yeah.
too. Get him, Dog. Punish him.
This is something we haven't seen before. Warriors casting fireballs. But how does he get a fireball into his hand, though?
Just got to execute something. Wow, this is...
The thing is, a 5/7 is way better than a 5/5 in this spot. It doesn't matter about the ability, but the fact that it doesn't die to a fireball, like a single fireball, is a big deal.
Now, Skaka knows that is done for him, and that is a major top deck from Dog in that last turn. This is a tough match to overcome in general. It's pretty much disaster when you run into this spot.